Hi, it's Dean with MaxiLift. I recently had a call from a customer saying they were having trouble getting fanged elevator bolts installed in their belting. And if you'll notice on the left-hand side, you see a fanged elevator bolt with the teeth sticking down from the head. On the right is a number one Norway with the square shoulder from the head. And the customer was saying that he had trouble installing the fanged elevator bolts because as he was installing the nylon lock nuts, they were stripping out the threads. And it just wasn't working right. And I said, well, what kind of belting are you using as you're trying to install these fanged elevator bolts? And he said, we are using a PVC belt. And you'll see here a PVC belt, the fangs are going to try to go in, but a PVC belt doesn't work real good with fanged elevator bolts when they're cold, when the belting is cold, that is, because PVC remains stiffer and those teeth don't want to go in very well. Now this PVC belt here is a 350 PVC. It's just a one ply, but it's stiff. The covers are a bit hard, and when you're in the northern states in the wintertime, it stays even stiffer and harder. So it is really hard for those teeth from the fanged elevator bolts to go in. So that was a big concern. But now in comparison, you might say, if you had a rubber belt, you can see multiple plies here. This happens to be a 3-ply 330 belt. You can see the rows of plies inside. The covers on a rubber belt are softer, and the belt remains a lot more flexible even in the cold weather. So if you had a fanged elevator bolt, those teeth can stick in a lot easier. They can slide right in there, and the head can seat down a lot easier, and that way the nut will go on a lot easier too. So that was the problem there, is that he was trying to get them into the PVC belt. A better option would be to use the number one Norway, because it doesn't have teeth in the back. It just has the square shoulder that fits down into the hole that's drilled into the belt. Now, if you do have a rubber elevator belt, the fang bolts can be used along with a washer, nylon lock nut. They work really good. And so that would be the recommendation there. But with a PVC belt, it'd be better to use the number one Norway with the square shoulder, as you see on the right, instead of the fang bolt like you see on the left. This is Dean with MaxiLift. If you have questions on elevator bolts, let me know. Thanks.